Did you serve?
Well, my son,
Yeah, he was in
He's in
Afghanistan
in
and Iraq.
My father served in the Tet Offensive,
Wow,
and I served in Vietnam in the 70s.
wow.
I want to thank all the veterans for coming out this evening to the premiere of Faith of Our Fathers. I'd like to introduce now Tom, the co-producer, Tom Saul.
This is not just for tonight. It's going to be running here for at least 2 to 3 weeks. It's opening in over 500 theaters around the country. And we also have another special guest with us today who joined us, State Rep Jim Kelcourse from Amesbury, Salisbury area. Let's give State Rep Jim Kelcourse a round of applause. Jim is a real supporter of our veterans. He's a great community leader. He's been a great asset to us in Salisbury especially. They've asked me every radio interview and newspaper, how did I get involved? And very briefly, way back in 1979, I became a Christian, and in about 1980, the Billy Graham Association asked me to help them promote some of their old Christian movies. And that's how I began to get involved in Christian films. Shortly thereafter, in early 1990s, I began a Christian film festival ministry that ended up going all over the United States. So now I think this is like my 10th or 11th Christian film that I've been involved in some sort of production or executive producer or script editor or something. So God opens a door for you to do things, and you go through the door like many of you here do. They approached me with this film. They shared the storyline with me. Kevin Downs, who stars in this and who's in Mom's Night Out and Courageous and a number of other films. And he then met me at a film festival in Syracuse. Then he sent me the script, and I read the script, and I was just so excited to see the interaction of two guys 30 years after the Vietnam War, these two guys who didn't know each other, and their interaction together. And then as you're reading the script takes you and you immediately flash back to the Vietnam War. And these two boys' fathers are fighting in the war, and they're interacting. And we come back to present day, and the boys interacting, as you'll see. And the message of fatherhood in this movie is really, outstanding. And it shows how much our veterans and our current day soldiers love their children and care about their family, even though they're thousands of miles away. When they gave me the script, I said, I'm in, count me in. I got involved as an executive producer and as a co-producer. The reason that all these Christian film producers produce movies like this is simply to share the message. It opens July 1st today, and it's here for weeks. It began the same day as the Terminator began. It's about Vietnam, it's about faith, but it's also about Jesus, who's the terminator of sin. God bless you. We appreciate your being here. Thank you.
That was a well put together movie.
God bless. I was a co-producer and executive producer in that. It'll be out on DVD
Great,
probably
'cause
6 months.
Well done.
That's
well
good.
done.
I'm glad you liked
It
it.
was up by the DMZ. I was a combat engineer.
Yeah,
Everybody's in their foxholes, but we're gabbing.
yeah.
Guy goes, look at this. I just got a picture of my baby from the wife. Look at that. She sent me a letter. And he was hanging in the foxhole with another guy who was married. Serious.
Yeah.
I swear to God about this. The spotter planes that come around and says, oh, no problem tonight. We don't see any movement out there. Don't worry, guys. Well, one of the first things you can tell when you have a problem is when the ARVNs start to leave. We got hit real bad about 3:30 in the morning, real bad. Next morning, the two guys that had the kids, I'm serious, we're dead. I said, this is fucked up. They got kids. Look at us, single young guys. That's what's always bothered me all my life.
The second time I love
Even better, right?
Yeah.
That's my pickup truck out there. Turn around, see what's on the back of it? That's called reflections. That's the wall. And you got 5 or 6 of the guys who were killed. You see them on the wall, and you see a person there praying. When I feel kind of cocky, I go out and I look at the rear of that. That brings me right back down. And they'll say, oh yeah, there is a guy down there kneeling. There is a girl in the background.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate
Thank you, sir.
Tom, that was an incredible movie.
Well, we spent a few years working on this, and it finally got out into theaters. You know, everything is God's timing. We had about 80 to 90 people here, many, many veterans. Two guys who, 30 years after the Vietnam War, they get together and make a trip to the wall to find out how their fathers died in the Vietnam War. And it flashes back to scenes from the Vietnam War where the two fathers are interacting. It's just pretty powerful, emotional. You know, it shows you how much fathers and military folks that are serving still love and care for their children, are concerned about their children.
That was top-notch acting.
Especially the two guys that played the soldiers in Vietnam. I mean, they were really superb. David A.R. White and Kevin Downs are really the two most prominent Christian actors in America today. Stephen Baldwin was great also. Candace Cameron Bure from Full House. We're thankful for Cy Robertson from Duck Dynasty for his role in it. And there's a lot of truth that's shared in this movie. And we're blessed that we have the opportunity to share it around the country. Hundreds of theaters all over the United States. And thank you, and God bless you.
Kevin and Bobby Downs, they had a company for forever called ChristianCinema.com. I had to turn to Kevin Downs the other day and say, hey, Kev, you're one of the pioneers in this Christian movie business here in the United States. I said, I'm not surprised God's blessing what you're doing. You've been doing it a long time, so it's just a thrill for me to be working with them again.